guys, I just wanted to take a video of the condo so you could kind of see the condition that it's in and my thoughts on repairs that definitely need to be made before we rent it again. Robin told me that this isn't lining up and locking properly, the gate itself and sometimes the door, so we probably just need to get those realigned. I don't think that they need to be replaced necessarily. You know, there's some small repairs everywhere here and there that need to be made. If we decide to paint it, you know, they'll patch up things like that on the trim, caulk it and paint it. I mean, overall, it could use a paint job just because of age. You know, it's nothing that Robin did. It's in a really good shape considering a tenant's been here for 7 years. But it is, you know, pretty old. I don't know when is the last time it's been painted, but it does look rough from that respect in some areas. So I'm having my contractor give you an estimate, you know, just for giggles to see if it's something that you do want to do. It's cheaper to paint everything the same color, like ceiling and walls. And of course, if you paint the walls, you really need to paint the trim too, because otherwise then it just sticks out like a sore thumb. And the trim is pretty beat up throughout. But overall, you know, again, yes, could we rent it as is? Yes, we could, but it's going to be on the lower price point. Just trying to give you an idea of, you know, corners and trim, what we're looking at. From the kitchen perspective, everything's working. Again, it's just an older house. So if we do want to spend some money and do a few updates and try to get the higher, you know, monthly rental amount, then I would recommend replacing these countertops and probably the bathroom countertops. I mean, if you're gonna do the kitchen, you may as well do the bathrooms too, because you can use all the same granite, you know, from pieces. So he's gonna give us an estimate on that. And I was gonna say the cabinets aren't too terribly bad, but there are quite a few spots. So if we're gonna have them paint the whole house, I would just have them go ahead and do all the cabinets as well, just to spruce it all up. This is the cabinet I was telling you about that she said just randomly fell down off the wall one day. So she bought her own and replaced it. You know, it's not obviously not the same as that. Actually, that color matches all that better because these are kind of like cream colored here and here, and that's white, but you know, it works. But again, if we have them paint all the cabinets, they could paint this too, but this is kind of plastic, so I don't know that that would paint well. I will ask for the contractor's opinion on that. You know, everything's functional, looks pretty clean overall. This refrigerator, it looks beautiful on the inside, nice and clean, and everything works. It is looking pretty rough on the outside. You know, it's rusted out all over down here. But again, if it's working, you know, I say leave it. I don't know that if you wanted to spend the money to replace appliances with stainless steel, that's always an option. You know, if we update the kitchen, it would look nicer that way to have stainless steel. I mean, and I'm a bargain hunter. I can find some either gently used or, you know, one of like the scratch and dent places where you can't see. You know, there might be a scratch on the side of it or the back. But anyway, that's all something I can put in the estimate and just explore that option if it's something that you want to do. Again, everything needs to be painted and will look a million times better. The flooring here in the dining room is super old. So I'm kind of torn on the floors. He is going to give us a quote because I told him to just give me an estimate on replacing all the flooring in the house with the same thing. LVP, luxury vinyl plank, is usually the cheapest and most affordable option. It's waterproof and it doesn't, you know, show stains. Like this carpet is in really good shape considering the age and that a tenant was just here for 7 years. Like normally a place does not look this good after 7 years. So the carpet's not in terrible shape. So again, if we don't want to spend the money to do it, that's fine. I just wanted to at least put the option out there because it's kind of weird that this flooring is different than everything else in the house. Another way to do very affordable updates is just to change out the light fixtures, you know, and update it to something more modern. And that goes for every room. And it drives me nuts that there's no overhead light in this living room. So I'm gonna ask my my son works for an electrician, how much it would cost to put one in here, because there's not a light far away, so they should be able to tap it. It shouldn't be that difficult. It's just lazy on the part of the builder. In the bedrooms, again, I can get cheap ceiling fans with lights, you know, for like $30 a piece, and that will just add a little extra. Again, everything will look much nicer whenever if we do paint. But the blinds are not in terrible shape. There's only a couple little spots here and there, so I think we're okay with keeping the blinds. Again, just kind of needs to be painted. There are some, you know, settlement cracks to be expected. These shelves are here. She said they were here when she got here. But I did notice that they're not secured to the wall, so that's something that we need to do, that I can have my handyman do. That's simple, but just for liability reasons. And of course, there's a lot of little things like this, you know, scratches on the doors and walls from over time. But again, this tile is in pretty good shape. There's only a few things here and there. So maybe we just leave the tile on the carpet in the bedrooms for now, you know, in the kitchen. But I am gonna have, like I said, have him give us an estimate on changing out the countertops. That one looks like it has newer fixtures replaced, so that's not bad. Shower looks good. Toilet's good. This closet is missing a doorknob, but that's minor. Actually, the knob is here. She just couldn't find the right screw to get it to work. But again, painting all this will look a lot nicer. This, I guess, is the air conditioner in the ceiling, and that looks pretty rough too. But like I said, a coat of paint can work wonders on a lot of things. That looks weird. It's closed all the way. Laundry room. Washer dryer looks really new, so that's nice. Again, walls could use paint. Overall, not too shabby. Oops. Blinds look almost perfect in this room. And there's already a ceiling fan and light in here. So this really doesn't need much of anything, you know, except maybe filling in those holes and painting. And then the master looks pretty darn good overall. She said these blinds aren't fully functional, and there's one broken down there, but I think we could get by with it. You know, unless a new tenant complains and wants it fixed, then we could take care of it. If we are going to have them do flooring, obviously we would have them update this. And again, just a countertop will make a world of difference to update it a little bit. I think the light is out in here, just the fan is on right now, but shower looks pretty good. A couple little rust spots, but we can probably clean and caulk over those. And they have some kind of markers or pins where I think we could go over those rust spots. Man, it's wild that this is a jacuzzi tub, a regular sized bathtub. Over here, there's some trim missing, or baseboards missing. She told me that there used to be a shelf here that's out in that little storage shed on the patio, but I guess they tore out the trim to put those shelves there, but she felt like it was too crowded, so she removed it when she moved in. But there's a few, I guess this looks like where the toilet paper used to be before they put the handicap bar in there. But they can fix all that if they do decide to paint. Otherwise, we can leave it as is, like I said, and just get the lower rent amount. Closet looks good. I mean, the coat of paint, like I said, will work wonders. There, it looks like there were some previous repairs in the ceiling in here. But she said that was prior to her tenancy. I'm gonna go ahead and start a new video clip just because this one's already almost 10 minutes long.